Why aren't men approaching women anymore? The truth nobody wants to say out loud. There's a question that keeps popping up in conversations about modern dating. A question women ask each other, post about online, complain about in group chats. Why aren't men approaching women anymore? Where did the confident men go? Why doesn't anyone make a move? Why is everyone just staring at their phones? And here's the thing. Men notice something too. They notice that the rules changed. They notice that confidence is sometimes called harassment. They notice that the signals they used to rely on have gotten blurry or disappeared completely. Today, we're diving into the real reason there's a disconnect between men and women in dating, in attraction, in relationships. And trust me, the answer goes deeper than anyone wants to admit. Let's start with what's happening right now. Huge numbers of young men, not a few, not some, a massive percentage, have simply stopped approaching women in person. Not because they're lazy, not because they don't want relationships. Most of them desperately want connection. But they've developed something psychologists are now calling approach paralysis, an intense fear of initiating romantic contact with a woman they don't know. And it's not imagined. It's not an excuse. It's not weakness. It's fear. Fear of rejection, yes, but increasingly, fear of being seen as creepy. Fear of making her uncomfortable. Fear of being recorded and posted online. Fear of a misunderstanding that spirals. Men feel like the risk has gone up and the reward hasn't. And when the cost gets higher and the reward doesn't increase, sane people become cautious. That's not weakness, that's math. Here's the part nobody realizes. The cold approach was never normal. We've romanticized a version of history that never existed. People think men used to walk up to strangers in bars, confident and bold, wooing women with charm and swagger. No, almost never. For 99% of human history, couples met through family networks, villages, churches, communities, shared work, people who already knew each other. Your future spouse wasn't a stranger across the room, she was the girl your family had known for years. The walk up to a stranger style of dating? That was a brief 50, 60-year experiment, created by cities, clubs, and the sexual revolution. A blip, not the norm. And that blip is ending. Now let's talk about modern expectations. For most of human history, marriage wasn't about soulmates or sparks or the one. Marriage was economic, practical, a partnership, a way to combine resources, a system for raising children. Your spouse wasn't your therapist, best friend, emotional outlet, adventure partner, passionate lover, intellectual equal, and your constant source of validation. Those roles were spread across communities, friendships, extended families. Today, we expect one person to fill every role, and we're shocked when couples collapse under pressure. We shouldn't be. No relationship in history carried this load. Both men and women are drowning in contradictory expectations. Men today are told, be vulnerable, but don't be needy. Be strong, but not too strong. Be masculine, but not toxic. Make the first move, but only if you're absolutely sure she wants you to. Lead, but also defer. Express your feelings, but don't burden her with them. Women are told, be independent, but also want a provider. Be attractive, but not too sexual. Be confident, but not aggressive. Be approachable, but don't show too much interest or you'll look desperate. Everyone is confused. Everyone feels pressure. Everyone thinks the other side has it easier. Neither side does. Now let's talk about signaling, the thing that has quietly broken. There used to be a universal language of attraction. A glance, a held look, a smile, a shift closer, a small gesture that meant, you can approach. Those signals are now rare, inconsistent, or invisible. Why? Women are told not to look too interested, told to avoid eye contact for safety,
told enthusiasm looks desperate, told that being too friendly invites the wrong men. So they guard themselves. Meanwhile, men have been told, misread a signal and you could be shamed. Approach without certainty and you could be labeled. Initiate interest and you could be accused of crossing a line. So they retreat. Both sides wait, nobody moves, and everyone is wondering why dating is broken. An uncomfortable truth. Men and women see interactions differently. Psychology has found men overestimate women's interest. Women underestimate men's interest. A woman being friendly feels like flirting to some men. A man showing genuine interest feels like politeness to some women. Two people, one moment, two completely different interpretations. And alcohol makes this 10x worse. The biggest asymmetry of all, the signaling calculation. When a man approaches a woman, worst case is embarrassment. When a woman is approached by a man, worst case is danger. This changes everything. Women are not being guarded to be rude. They're being guarded to be safe. Men are not being hesitant because they don't care. They're hesitant because they're afraid of being misinterpreted. Both sides are protecting themselves for reasons the other side doesn't always see. The cultural war makes it worse. One worldview says women should be able to do anything. Men should just learn to act right. Another worldview says the world is dangerous. Everyone, men and women, should behave cautiously. One sounds ideal, one actually works. Ignoring reality doesn't protect anyone from reality. And here's the truth no one wants to say. You can't have complete safety and complete freedom. You can't have men approaching confidently and men never risking an unwanted approach. You can't have women giving clear signals and never being misread. Every system has trade-offs. We chose freedom. We dismantled tradition. Now everyone is navigating chaos with no guidance. This is the cost. So, what don't modern women understand about men? They don't understand the fear, not rejection, misinterpretation. They don't understand the confusion, the contradictory messages they've grown up with. They don't understand the withdrawal, that many men aren't opting out because they're weak, but because the risk feels too high. And what don't modern men understand about women? They don't understand the safety calculation. They don't understand the subtle signaling system. They don't understand the pressure women feel to be perfect in every direction. Both sides are hurting. Both sides are frustrated. Both sides feel misunderstood. So, where does this leave us? Honestly, in a mess. A dating environment where the old rules are gone, the new rules don't exist, and everyone is winging it with instincts that don't match the modern world. The answer isn't to go backward, and pretending the current system works won't save us. Maybe the solution starts with something simple. Grace, understanding, a little generosity, a little honesty, less blaming, more curiosity. Men aren't predators. Women aren't manipulators. Most people are just confused humans trying to connect in a confusing time. And maybe, with a little patience, we can figure this out together.